Hello, thank you for joining me for my epic bikepacking adventure through the Marchers Castle Way. The Marchers Castle Way is a premier 181-mile circular bikepacking loop launched by Cycling UK that weaves across the historic shifting borderlands of Shropshire and Wales. Starting and ending in the historic town of Shrewsbury, this multi-terrain route crosses the Anglo-Welsh border 8 times. It tests riders with a whopping 5,200 metres of elevation gain, making it a challenging but highly rewarding journey through ancient frontier landscapes. The Marchers Castle Way is full of history, passing through the sprawling Roman ruins at Wroxeter before cycling through Ironbridge, the world-famous birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. The trail passes through numerous Norman strongholds, medieval ruins, and intersects Offa's Dyke, the massive 8th century earthwork dividing England and Wales. There are stunning panoramic views atop Wentlock Hedge, the Clees Hills and a remote Carry Ridgeway, as well as the Stipperstones Nature Reserve.
Hello, it's Wednesday the 22nd of April. It's time for another bikepacking trip. I'm just outside a little village called Doddington at a local mine. You can probably see that just behind me. It's supposed to be restricted, keep out. And I'm here to do the Marchers Castle Way, inspired by Keep Smiling Adventures, just for a change. He's done so many routes that it gives you a lot of inspiration, that guy. So yeah, literally just started about 2 miles up the road, straight up a hill. The weather forecast is good this week, that's why I'm here, and partly because I've injured my calf from running. But it's not that sore at the moment. I just can't run. But if you can't run, what do? You get on your bike instead. So I'm heading towards Ludlow. I'm not going to get that far today because it's already nearly 5 o'clock in the afternoon after a long drive from Essex. And yeah, I'm just going to chill, take it easy, and see where I end up. And I'll be camping out on this trip most nights, well, every night in fact, although I might try and find a campsite for a shower at some point. We'll see how it goes. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now. So I've just passed through Clees Hill. That was the first big climb of the trip so far. The official start of the trip is in Shrewsbury, but Doddington was the nearest place to park from Essex, so Doddington it was. A bit of a random place, quite difficult to park there, but managed it in the end with the help of the local garage and a local lady who showed me the garage and asked for permission, so that was nice. So yeah, it's quite windy today. I think the wind is going to subside tomorrow. It's warm enough, about 16-17 degrees, not bad for April, nice and sunny. And if I didn't mention already, that the route is about, the Marchers Castle Way is about 180 miles altogether, and generally quite hilly, about 5,000 metres of ascent, and judging by the videos I've watched, it's going to be quite a tough one physically, but we'll see how it goes today.
So just passing through Clees Common at this point, at about 440 metres. It's about 533 metres at the top. As you can see, it's an old quarry mining area, and it was a bit of a shock to the system being such a steep hill. But the temperature was reasonably nice. It was just extremely windy, which was a problem for recording.
Alright, let's see what the views are.
Stone Clees Hill is a prominent Shropshire landmark characterised by its industrial rocky landscape, abandoned quarry remnants and a distinctive golf ball radar station. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the bike I'm running for this trip. It's a Norco Revolver 9.1 hardtail with a 100mm travel. I'd recommend a hardtail for this sort of trip. As you can see, the terrain where the bike is at the moment is fairly rocky, and there are quite a few sections which are more comfortable on a hardtail mountain bike. You could get away with a gravel bike with thicker tyres, but I think you'd enjoy it more on a hardtail. You're just looking now at the pedal cell dynamo charger, which charges my phone and bicycle computer. I think I've got a 10:46 gearing ratio here, which would be a bare minimum really with a fully loaded bike. So the better the gear ratio, the better for this trip. You'll notice the Alp kip front bag, and the rest of the bags are from the tail fin system, which I find very good. All bags are fully waterproof. I am carrying a bit more gear than I would like on this trip, and slightly regretted it by the end of the trip. I could probably get it down about 3 kilos, but I am carrying lots of filming gear, including 2 drones, a camping chair, which in my old age I value a lot, and a few other little bits and bobs. But like I say, I've got a cook system in there as well, and now you can see the wonderful views from the 533 metre viewpoint.
Hello, it's about 6:15 now, and I've just started to get a little bit cold, so I put a jacket on and feel a lot better for it. Some warmer gloves. It's deceptively cold, even approaching 6 o'clock. Still nice and sunny, but the temperature's dropped. I just saw a sign saying 3.5 miles to Ludlow, which surprised me. I didn't realise I was that close, so I'll definitely make it to Ludlow very shortly, and hopefully I can film the castle. I might get I was going to eat some tortilla, but now I'm cold. I think I might get something warm to eat, and buy some milk for my porridge tomorrow morning, as I'll be camping out tonight. So really nice scenery though, enjoying it. On the whole, I've got the wind behind me, but when it changes direction, it's pretty brutal. Clees Hill was 528 metres in the end, so that was yeah, it was pretty blustery up there. I wouldn't have liked to camp there tonight, it's too windy to be honest, but I don't know where I'm going to end up, but probably a little bit past Ludlow. Done about 11 or 12 miles so far, so haven't got that far yet really, so let's see how it goes. Okay, see you in Ludlow. Bye for now. Views of Ludlow. I've been here before a couple of times on the bike, so I know it well, but I never filmed the castle, so it'd be nice to take some drone shots today. Hopefully there's not too many people around, I can get some nice shots in. Looking forward to some warm food as well.
The Norman foundations for Ludlow Castle were built by Walter de Lacy in the late 11th century to secure the Welsh border, making it one of the first stone castles. By the 14th century, the Mortimer era, under Roger Mortimer, the castle saw significant expansion and became a centre of power during the reign of Edward II. By the 15th century, the royal residence and the Wars of the Roses became a stronghold for the House of York, owned by Richard, Duke of York, before becoming a royal home under Edward IV, who sent his son there to rule. By the Tudor period, Prince Arthur Tudor, son of Henry VII, lived at the castle with Catherine of Aragon and died there in 1502, altering the succession. The Civil War in a decline. The castle served as a royalist base during the English Civil War and was besieged and subsequently declined after the Council of the Marches was abolished. The site was acquired by the Earls of Powys in 1811 and remains in their care today.
Hello, so I've just had some fish and chips at the local chippy in Ludlow, and you can see the castle entrance behind me and a cannon. It's very medieval and historic here actually. I must come back here and take a proper look because there's a walkway all around the castle and some nice vistas, so I haven't really got time now. So what I'm going to do now is look for a place to pitch up. It gets dark about 8:30 this time of the year, so hopefully by about 7:30 I'll have found something suitable. Just to show you Ludlow behind me, the college behind me, and I used to work in a college, so I always spot the colleges when I pass through places. Okay, I'll catch you in a bit. Bye. Some lovely views of the river at Ludlow. Hello, good morning. It's day 2. I'm in Mortimer Wood, not far from Ludlow, about 3 miles away. It's not a bad wood at all actually. It's nice and quiet and plenty of camp spots. And last night was quite windy, so it's nice to have these big trees around me, sheltering me from the wind, so I didn't really feel it too much. So this is my camp spot. I've got the big Agnes tent again, and it was a very cold night though last night, so you can see I've got a Decathlon Sub-Zero -27 jacket on. It's probably a little bit overkill to be honest, but I wasn't taking any chances. Last time I was bikepacking I was in Dartmoor and I did get a little bit cold, so I decided to invest in this Bacaloo mountaineering jacket, just because it went down to -27, and I thought, oh, that'll do. And I've got a 0 degrees sleeping bag from Decathlon as well, and that seemed to do the trick. I tested it out last night, and yeah, it was really good. So I did need it. I did have to get it once for a pee in the night, but apart from that, it was just what the doctor ordered. So I have spent a few cold nights before. I went to Madeira recently as well, and went up a mountain, and that was too cold. So good investment there. Yeah, so you can see the trail is behind me. I'll be heading towards Wales today. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked the map yet, so I'm not sure which villages or towns I'll be passing through, but I know I'll be heading towards Wales. So I only did 17 miles yesterday and hope to do about 40 today, so let's see how that goes. Okay, report in soon. Bye for now. Good morning. So I'm on my way on day 2. The hills haven't been too bad so far. Yesterday was crazy. It was straight up a 528 metre ascent for Clees Hill. Today's been undulating, but not too bad, and mainly downhill so far, but I'm sure the uphills will come. So yes, the sun's gone in a little bit, so that's a bit disappointing, and it's a bit fresh, but I'm well wrapped up. Like I was saying before, I've come prepared for this trip. It's still April and the nights are cold. There's a slightly muddy section back there, but I think it's been drying out a bit, so it hasn't been too bad so far. And as you can see, I'm on the road at the moment, so not too bad. I will be looking for breakfast a little bit later. I don't know if there are any shops, but I'm going to try and buy some milk and make some porridge and make up a flask of coffee, or tea should I say. I forgot I didn't bring coffee with me, just tea on this trip. So looking forward to that, and I'll try and wait for it to warm up a little bit, because it's just a little bit cold hanging around being stationary, so hopefully by about 10 o'clock it will be warm enough. Okay, bye for now. Just approaching Prestiegn.
Stipperstones Castle is a 12th century ruin located northeast of Prestiegn on the Herefordshire-Radnorshire border. Built around the 1140s by Osborne Fitzhugh, it was originally featured a moat and bailey design with a shell keep. The site, which was damaged in 1645 during the English Civil War, is currently private and is inaccessible due to dangerous masonry.
Hello, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, day 2. I've just had breakfast in Prestiegn and found my first castle. Well, the one after Ludlow anyway. Ludlow one was spectacular, but there were lots of old castle ruins on the route as well, which I hope to pick up. So I got a few nice drone shots, and now I'm heading towards Knighton and then Clun, or Clun, however it's pronounced. So I think there's more castles to come there too, so I shall see you there. Bye for now. Lots of nice spring flowers out at the moment. Rhododendrons, azaleas, magnolias, camellias. Really nice. Temperature's picked up a bit too, so still fresh. Maybe 10, 11, 12 degrees. But the sun is beating down now, so I've had to take off my other jacket. And 3.5 miles to Knighton, so shouldn't be that long before we're in Knighton. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, day 2, and yeah, it's still flipping hilly. I've just had some lunch, had some tortilla, Snickers, and some mixed nuts, and yeah, just a little energy boost really. It's still quite chilly on top of the hills though, so I think tonight's going to be an absolutely freezing one, down to 1 degree, so good job I've come prepared for that, because last night was chilly, but I was just about okay with my upgraded jacket and new sleeping bag, down to 0 degrees, so yeah, I could tell the difference. So worth bearing that in mind if you're planning on doing this route in one of the colder months. The scenery is really nice though, and it's very peaceful. I think you definitely need a hardtail mountain bike for some of the rougher sections. You could do it on a gravel bike, but I don't think you'd enjoy it that much. Be more comfortable on a mountain bike. But lots of sheep, of course. Still in Wales, heading towards Clun now. Not sure how much further it is. Hello, it's 5:10 on day 2. I'm at Clun. You can see the castle mound behind me. I'm just taking some nice drone shots of Clun, so you'll see those. And I've just had a nice long rest, had a nice cup of tea and a chill out basically. So I've got to do at least 7 more miles to hit the 40-mile mark today. Anything after that will be a bonus, but I've got one massive hill to contend with, so I'm really looking forward to that. Not at all. I've had enough of the hills today already, but I know this trip's just going to be hill after hill, so just better get used to it. The hiker bikes have been quite tough, to be honest, pushing a heavy laden bike, but mind over matter and all of that. So I'm going to probably cook some noodles later, get something warm, because it's going to go down to about 1 degree tonight, so hopefully I can get through that, and tomorrow night it's going to be another cold one. Then it's going to warm up for the next few days to about 7 degrees at night, so if I can get through it, then that should be good. Okay, well, I'll just show you the surroundings a little bit. It's very pleasant. Still nice and sunny, but it's not as warm as it looks, I can assure you. Especially when you've got the wind from the bike. But can't complain. It's better than the rain, isn't it? So, not bad for April. Alright then, see you soon. Bye.
Clun Castle, located in Shropshire, England, is an 11th century motte and bailey castle founded by Norman knight Picot de Say around 1090 to control the Welsh border. Managed by the Fitzalan family, it was rebuilt in stone during the 13th century, but was famously attacked by Owain Glyndwr's forces. The castle was increasingly neglected and in ruins by 1540. The castle was destroyed by fire in 1196 after being taken by the Welsh prince Rhys, but was later rebuilt by the Fitzalan family. It was attacked again in the early 15th century by the supporters of the Welsh chieftain Owain Glyndwr. The site is known for its massive 13th century stone keep, which was built on the side of the moat rather than on the top, making it unusual. The keep was built for comfort, like serving as a high status residence during hunting parties, rather than a purely defensive fortress.
Good morning, it's day 3 and I'm in the woods again, just to show you my camp spot. Just pitched up behind me there, and you can probably just about see the bike behind me as well. So another good camp spot, sheltered from the wind, no condensation on the tent, which is always amazing, love that. And just one problem, absolutely freezing. When I went to the bed it wasn't too bad, it was around 8 or 9 degrees, but right now it's very close to freezing, literally freezing. So I'm warm enough with my jacket on, but as soon as you take your gloves off your hands start to freeze, so it just makes life a little bit difficult. I did have a nice cup of tea and some porridge with some protein powder, some chocolate protein powder to keep me going. So warmed up inside as well. It's quite important to look after yourself when it's this cold. Today the mission is just to continue, probably do another 40 plus miles if I can. And the first major stop I think is Newtown or Newton, not sure how you pronounce that. So I'll get a few supplies there, get some milk, that sort of thing, and maybe have something to eat there. And also heading off towards Montgomery after that. Not really too sure how far away that is. So yeah, it's going to be another hilly day. The whole route's hilly, so yeah, just have to accept that. And I'm actually on a ridge at the moment. I think it's called Kerry's Ridge, and I get a few sort of flat miles just to begin with. So, and then I think some descent. So it should be an easier start than the last few days. And then the hills will come. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.
The Kerry Ridgeway is a historic 15-mile ancient trail running from Cider House Farm near Kerry, Wales, to Bishop's Castle in Shropshire, England. Originally a prehistoric trackway and later a major livestock drovers route, it offers scenic high-ground views along the border, passing through rural landscapes and ancient earthworks like the Upper and Lower Short Ditch.
Hello, it's about 9 o'clock on day 3. I literally had to just stop now for the views next to me. Absolutely stunning. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. It's still absolutely freezing as well, so I've got 3 jackets on as we speak. So I don't think I've ever cycled with 3 jackets on, but it's needed. I've just taken my beanie hat off as well because you need to keep your head warm. But it's almost hard to speak, it's so cold. I'm still about 450 metres up on the Kerry Ridgeway. So it is that little bit colder higher up, but the views are making up for it for sure. Really stunning scenery. So I'm heading for Newtown, as I said before, and at least the ridgeway is fairly flat, so I'm enjoying an easy start to the day. I slept quite well. I got a Garmin score of 78, which is good for me at least. I never get into the 90s, very seldom, a couple of times a year if I'm lucky. So yeah, feeling quite good. Legs are a bit tired. I think they will be for the remainder of the trip because of the hills. But apart from that, all good. Speak to you soon. Bye. Still some frost out on the grass. Just shows you how cold it is. It must be close to freezing.
At this point on the journey, I encountered this herd of cows, maybe 50 cows or so, and as you can see, they were all gravitating towards me, which was a little bit scary at the time. I tried to cycle away from them, but they still followed me regardless. Then I couldn't ride anymore in this rutty part, so I started panicking and running towards the gate. I did make it to the gate, fortunately, and as you can see, everything was cool at the end of the day. I think they were just after food, but you never know whether you hear stories about cows trampling you, so I was glad to get out of there, to be honest.
Hello, it's 20 past 12 on day 3. I'm at Castell Castle near Montgomery, and it's turned out to be a really nice day. It's been very cold this morning. I've had 3 jackets on at one point and freezing hands most of the time, but it's turned out quite warm now, so hopefully the rest of the afternoon stays like this. It's really nice. So I'm at Castell Castle near Montgomery, and it's a lovely place, to be honest. I've just done some really nice drone shots and a few selfies, as you do. I'm going to go down to Montgomery for my lunch in a minute. And I just met my first bikepackers, a couple of lads out doing the Marchers Way as well. So there are a few other people out here doing it. Same as me, they said it was the nice weather that clinched it for them. So hopefully they'll have a good trip. And I think they said it's their first full day, so lots of hills ahead. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now. Views of Montgomery below.
Between 1067 and 1214, the original castle, known as Hen Dorman, was established by Roger de Montgomery for William the Conqueror. It was a moat and bailey fort that was later taken by the Welsh forces in 1214. Between 1223 and 1282, Stone Castle, Hubert de Bergen began building the stone castle on a rocky ridge in 1223 on behalf of Henry III. It was a key English base during the Welsh Wars and hosted the Treaty of Montgomery in 1267, where Henry III recognised Llewellyn ap Gruffydd as Prince of Wales. Between 1538 and 1625, the castle, which had been falling into ruin, was refurbished in 1538 to 1543 by Bishop Roland Lee. The Herbert family later constructed a grand brick house within the middle ward between 1622 and 25. The Civil War between 1642 and 1649, the castle was Garanised, captured by the parliamentarians in 1644, and followed a major battle in 1644, was largely dismantled by the Order of Parliament in 1649. By the 19th and 20th century, the site was excavated in the 1960s, revealing its structure and numerous artefacts, leading to its conservation. St Nicholas Church in Montgomery, Powys, is a historic Norman church founded around 1223 to 1226, originally serving as a chapelry to Shrewsbury Priory. The cruciform church features a 13th century nave, a 15th century rood screen and carved angels, and an ornate 1600 tomb for Richard Herbert. Built by the Normans in the early 13th century, initially as a single-chambered structure, the church boasts an original 13th century roof screen, a 15th century hammer beam roof, and choir stalls brought from the nearby dissolved Augustinian Priory of Shrewsbury in 1536. The tower was rebuilt in 1816 by Edward Herbert. It houses the impressive 1600 canopied tomb of Richard Herbert, dated 1593, father of poet George Herbert.
Hello, it's just after 2 o'clock on day 3. Sun's out, it's fairly warm now. It can be cool in the shade, but not complaining. Look at the blue skies. So I just had lunch at the church at Montgomery, nice little village, and chilled out there. Managed to sort out a few of the admin things as well, so we're on our way again now. Church is a really good place to stop actually. If you want to replenish your water, they've often got a tap. Sometimes they've even got a charge point. You can charge your phone up or whatever. A bit cheeky, I know, but you can get away with it. And they often have a nice bench or something if you want to chill out to have your sandwich or your lunch. So yeah, enjoyed that. The castle was nice too, and managed to capture that on drone, so look forward to seeing that later. Okay, we're heading towards Shrewsbury now, and still quite a way to Shrewsbury, but not sure if I'll reach it today, but we'll see. Okay, bye for now.
Bronze Age stone circle located on the dramatic moorland of Stapley Hill in the southwest of Shropshire, right on the border between England and Wales. Built over 3,000 years ago, it remains one of the most significant prehistoric sites in the region. Good morning, it's Saturday day 4 and it's another sunny day, and I didn't sleep that well. I got a sleep score of 66, which said I needed more REM sleep due to the high levels of stress on yesterday's journey, and I think my watch knows what it's talking about. I was absolutely clapped out last night, bordering on exhaustion, I think. Just coming up a 348 metre hill, fully loaded, was not what you wanted at the end of the day. Anyway, it's another day. I do feel a bit more rested, although my watch said that I might feel a little bit tired throughout the day, a bit irritable, but we'll see how that goes. Yesterday, I'm not sure if I reported that I had a slight accident, because there's lots of gates on this route and they can be annoying, as important as they are for the farmers. Fully understand that, but I parked my bike to close the gate and my bike fell over and cracked my camera. The camera I'm using right now, I think at the time I thought the camera was ruined because I could see the smashed lens, and I tested it and there was all sorts of strange lines going across the image. Then I realised that it was just a guard cover. So however, the downside is I have to take the guard cover off to do any filming, and so that's a slight inconvenience, but it's only £6 to replace, so I should be thankful for that at least. So the revenge of the gates, I think. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit of my camp. I can't remember whether I filmed it last night or not, but anyway, here we go. It's a lovely view behind me. You can see the bike there, and if I swing round you'll see the tent. I'm quite high up here, well over 400 metres. It's not quite as cold as it was yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely freezing in the morning. I think we're probably at 3 or 4 degrees, and it's due to warm up a little bit quicker than yesterday, I hope. So we should be okay today. So I'll make the most of that, although it was, dare I say, a little bit hot in the afternoon going up those hills. Anyway, that's all for now. Heading for Stretton and then Shrewsbury, so we'll see how that goes. Bye for now. Bye.
Hello, it's about 9 o'clock on day 4. I'm up in the moors now, just done a really big climb, 500 metres up now. It's much warmer than yesterday though, so that's really good news. And I think now I'm just going to descend into Stretton, hopefully get some breakfast there because I haven't eaten yet. Been sweating buckets, I need some water too, so I might head for a church to see if I can find some water. Whoop, going downhill a little bit dodgy. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, it's a bit flatter now. I think today's going to be a warm one all round, so can't complain. Still April. Could get up to 22 degrees later.
Long Mynd is a sprawling heath and moorland plateau in the Shropshire Hills national landscape. Its name literally means long mountain from the Welsh Mynyddir, reflecting its 7-mile length and massive scale. The highest point, Pole Bank, stands at over 516 metres and offers views reaching as far as the Brecon Beacons and the Malverns on clear days. It serves as a primary entrance featuring the National Trust Visitor Centre, cafe and shop. The plateau is crisscrossed by ancient tracks like the Portway, a Neolithic trading route that runs the length of the ridge.
Send that
Shrewsbury, a county town in Shropshire, is a historic market town with origins dating back to the 7th century, renowned as the birthplace of Charles Darwin and a strategic Anglo-Welsh border stronghold. Known for its medieval timber-framed houses, the town was a major wool trade hub. Its rich history includes the 1403 Battle of Shrewsbury, significant railway development and the world's first iron frame building, the Flaxmill Maltings.
Okay, so it's about 5:30 now on day 4, and it's turned into a slight disaster. I've just had 2 punctures just before Shrewsbury and in the middle of Shrewsbury. I put a tubolito on the back tyre to begin with, thinking, well, that'll sort it. Made fairly quick work of it, and then realised it was going down slowly and then fast in Shrewsbury. And then I had a little panic because Halfords was quite a way away, and I found the Trek bike shop and managed to buy a proper inner tube and stick that in. They kindly let me use the stand in the shop, so big thanks to them. Very friendly, made a big difference. But I did lose about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of time faffing about trying to sort it all out. So everything's gone a bit pear-shaped, but it's a nice and flat sort of area at the moment, so I'm not complaining. So I managed to grab a meal deal from the supermarket as well, and now I'm just leaving Shrewsbury following the river, although I've done a little diversion through the houses at the moment, but more or less following the river, nice and flat for the next 13 miles, so not complaining. I've only got an hour and a half or so to cycle, so we'll see how far I can get. Again, haven't done the mileage I wanted to do, but it's been a really nice day, very pretty. These things happen when you get punctures, so it's all part and parcel of the adventure, and the show goes on. Okay, bye for now.
The Wroxeter Roman City in Shropshire was a major 3rd century metropolis in Roman Britain, covering 173 acres with over 15,000 residents, making it the 4th largest city in the province. Originating as a 1st century military fortress near the River Severn, it evolved into a prosperous civic centre with extensive baths, a basilica and a forum managed by the local Cornavy tribe. The Roman city of Wroxeter has military origins, founded around AD 57 to 85 as a fortress for the 14th and 20th legions to control the Welsh frontier. There was rapid growth. By 90 AD, the military moved to Chester and the site became a civilian town for the Cornavy tribe, and growing to be roughly the same size as Pompeii. At its peak, it featured a massive bath complex, a large civic market, and high-quality townhouses. The city thrived for nearly 500 years, with significant expansion in the 2nd century under Hadrian and continued prosperity into the 4th century. The city was largely abandoned by the 6th or 7th century AD, unlike other Roman sites, which led to it becoming a well-preserved, frozen archaeological site. Today it is managed by English Heritage and features a reconstructed townhouse and a large standing section of the original bath walls, called the Old Work.
Good morning, it's day 5, Sunday morning, 6:30, and I'm ready to go, already packed up, and I forgot to film the camp setup, but I did take a picture last night with a nice sunset, so I'll include that when I do the video later. So I'm going to be heading towards Wentlock this morning. Maybe I won't get there until lunchtime, who knows. I did pass through Wroxeter, the Roman city, last night, and did some nice dronage of that, so look forward to seeing that. And I'll have some porridge along the way at some point. I've got the milk, got the porridge, just need to find a nice spot and let it warm up a little bit, and look forward to that. Okay, I'll catch you on the journey. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Ironbridge in Shropshire is renowned as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution and a UNESCO World Heritage Site designated in 1986. Its centrepiece, the world's first cast iron bridge, was built over the River Severn in 1779 to connect Broseley with Madeley. The area, particularly Coalbrookdale, was pivotal in developing techniques to smelt iron with coke. The Iron Bridge, designed by Thomas Farnold Pritchard and built by Abraham Darby III, the 100-foot span demonstrates the structural potential of iron, replacing traditional stone or wood.
Hello, good morning. It's about 20 to 10. I just passed through Ironbridge, which was quite nice, but it was absolutely freezing until that point. So I had to stop, and I had an Ironbridge pasty and a cup of tea to warm up. So I feel slightly better now, actually. Heading towards much Wentlock now. I've already passed through Little Wentlock, so I suppose much Wentlock's got more to offer. And I'm hoping that there's going to be an all-day breakfast there, and that should see me through for the rest of the day. After that, I'll just live off snacks, and if I really have to, I've got some porridge in reserve and some noodles, that sort of thing. So should be fine until I get closer to the car. So incidentally, it's about 30 miles to my car. Theoretically I'm going to make it today, but there is some absolutely humongous hills ahead of me. One of them's 510 metres and my legs are already tired now, so God knows how long that will take to negotiate that one, but we'll see how it goes. But theoretically I'll be hitting the car later. I might stay the night while camping, just so I don't have to travel back late, that sort of thing. So we'll see, or I might stop before the finish for that reason. Okay, that's I'll report in soon at much Wentlock. Bye for now.
Much Wentlock Priory has a layering of history that spans nearly 900 years of continuous monastic life. Today it is managed by the English Heritage, where visitors can explore ruins that transition from a Saxon double monastery to a powerful Cluniac priory. The site's religious history began around 680 AD, when King Merriwall of Magnesati founded a jewel house for both monks and nuns. The king's daughter Milburga became the second abbess. She was renowned for her piety and miracles, such as restoring sight to the blind and banishing geese that ate the monastery's corn. By the 10th century, the female community had ceased to exist, and the location of Milburga's grave was forgotten as the building fell into ruin. Following the Norman conquest, Roger de Montgomery, Earl of Shrewsbury, refounded the site between 1080 and 1082 as a priory for Cluniac monks. In 1101, the bones of St. Milburga were miraculously rediscovered during restoration work, turning Wentlock into a major site of medieval pilgrimage. The priory flourished, becoming one of the wealthiest in Shropshire. Most of the standing ruins included the massive 350-foot church and the ornate chapter house, with its interlocking arches, date from the 12th and 13th centuries. King Henry III was a frequent guest in the 1230s, even storing his own wine in the priory cellars. The monastery's life ended on the 26th of January 1540, when it was surrendered to Henry VIII's commissioners. Wilderhope Manor is a Grade 1 listed Elizabethan manor house located near the village of Longville in the Dale, Shropshire. Built in 1585 by Francis Smallman, it is now a National Trust property managed as a youth hostel by the YHA. The manor remained in the Smallman family for generations. Its most famous resident was Major Thomas Smallman, a royalist during the English Civil War. In 1645, according to the local legend, Thomas Smallman was ambushed by Cromwell's troops. To escape, he galloped his horse off the edge of a nearby Wentlock edge. His horse died in the fall, but the Major survived because of an apple tree that broke his descent. The manor is reportedly haunted by the ghost of Thomas Smallman and his horse, particularly in the area now known as Major's Leap. Despite years of disuse, many original 16th century features remain, including ornate plasterwork ceilings featuring the Smallman family crest, the original oak spiral staircase, and a massive limestone facade with stone slate roofing.
Hello, it's 2:30 on day 5. The sun's out, it's warmed up a bit. Just about the right temperature actually, not too hot. Yesterday was a bit too hot. And I've just been playing with the drone at Wilderhope Manor after visiting Wentlock and having a all-day breakfast there. So yeah, so the stomach's full. Doing a little bit of freewheeling right now as we speak, and I'm heading for Broadstone. So I've done about 26 miles already, so there's probably about 15 miles left to do in total. Still not sure whether I'm going to see the route through today or just take it easy and do a wild camp somewhere. We'll see how it goes. At the moment, just enjoying it. It's really really pleasant. As you can see, the scenery is epic. What's not to like? Okay, that's all for now. Bye. Hello, it's 4:30 now on day 5, and I've just been hiker biking all the way up this hill. If you can see the path behind me, absolutely insane. It's the last big hill of the day. 368 meters of ascent, taking me up to 510 meters. I think I've got about 140 meters of ascent to go, and once I'm up there, hopefully there's a ridge, and I'll probably stay up there for the night. Just chill out, because I'm actually quite close to the car now. 10 miles from here and counting down, so I can polish it off in no time at all in the morning, because a lot of it's downhill. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, because I don't really fancy a late journey home tonight to Essex. Anyway, I'm disappearing into the woods now. You can see them behind me on the path, and the bike just about glimpsing through there. Yep. Okay, epic views though, so can't complain. Bye. Absolutely insane insanely steep hill. No way I can ride up here with a fully loaded bike. Oh my god. Just what you need for the last hill of the day. Oh, we got a bonus deer in the picture. So I guess it makes it worth it. Bit of nature made up for it. Hello. So I finally made it to the top of Brown Clee, 540 metres, and panoramic views all around. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was absolutely dreading this hill because I was already tired after 4 and a bit days cycling up and down. But yeah, had a few mini breaks of course. The last part was the biggest hiker bike I've ever done in my life, I think. It was just so steep and just went on and on. But somehow, it was a nice smooth surface at least, so I've done worse hiker bikes in the Lake District, in the Lakeland 200. That was absolutely criminal because you have to push it over rocks. That shouldn't really be a bikepacking route, but this one's fine. Yeah, so I'm on top now. I might descend a little bit just to get some miles in. I'm less than 10 miles from the car, so I'm not going to rush to get to the car or anything. I'm just going to probably stay up here somewhere. I've got enough provisions to see me through, and plenty of warm clothing because the temperature's dropped. Okay, so the trip is nearly done. What would I say about the Marchers Castle Way? It's an absolutely amazing trip. Keeps Money Adventure said it's the best UK cycling bikepacking adventure. I'd definitely second that. One of the best ones I've done in the UK, if not the best. It's got lots of variety. It's hard work on the hills. You'll have to do hiker bike, and I'd travel as light as you possibly can. And I'll take a mountain bike. A gravel bike, you could do it, but it would be uncomfortable to say the least. So yeah, I'd recommend it. And yeah, perfect weather for it as well. So what more can you ask for? Bye for now. Good morning. It's the end of the trip now. I've just spent the final night, like I said, in the woods, close to the car. I should be back at the car in no time at all, so I might film a little bit on the way if there's something worth watching. But you can see my camp spot behind me. For the first night, it was actually mild. It was really warm last night in double digits when I went to bed, and it feels mild right now, hence wearing a t-shirt. So the birds are out. It's very chilled here. The only problem with this spot was the tent is perched on a slight incline. I didn't slide down too much, to be honest, but I was conscious of it in the night, so it wasn't a perfectly flat spot. But beggars can't be choosers and all that. Apart from that, I slept well. Got a decent score of 78, so approaching a good score. Obviously I'm tired now and a little bit got a little bit of body stress from constantly going up and down the hills. So the Marchers Castle Way is a really good trip. You do need good fitness for it though. I have seen Si from GCN do it in a day without any bags, but you definitely wouldn't be doing it in a day bikepacking. Not a chance. 2-3 days if you're super fit, but for most people I think 4 or 5 days would be a good amount of time to plan for this trip if you want to enjoy it. I was stopping to film, I was stopping to take my time eating and things like that, so, and to look at the castles, all that sort of stuff. So if you want to enjoy the trip, 4 or 5 days. Okay, I highly recommend it. See you in the next one.